All right, we're going to answer this question before us, and it's a bit of a thinking question. So it's VCAR 2018, Northern Hemisphere, Paper 1, Question 6. The solution of simultaneous linear equations is determined by evaluating the matrix product this. One of these linear equations could be which of the following here. All right, so here we've got this here. Now, this is interesting because as you can see, it's xy is equal to something multiplied by something. Well, according to what we've seen so far, what do we know that x, the matrix x, because this is what we call xy, is equal to? We know that it's equal to, and I'll come and grab another color here, the inverse of A multiplied by C. That's what we know. If we kind of just come back for a second and scroll back up through our notes, you know, this is what we saw all the time. I'm thinking specifically here. So remember, x is equal to the inverse of A times C. That's what x is by definition. And we know that x is this thing right there. Then that's the inverse, and then that's C. That's what we know. So now that we come to this question here, well, they've given us what C is. They've given us the inverse of A, and then they've given us x here as well. So if what we want to find now is one of these linear equations could be, what this is saying is, because you've got to kind of decipher the question here, it's saying, what is matrix A? That's what it's saying. What is matrix A? So to find out matrix A, what are we going to do? Well, we've got the inverse of A. How can I go from the inverse of A back to A? And this is where I need you to write a little note for yourself here on the bottom of your page. Can you write this down for me? If you inverse an inverse, it goes back to the original. So the inverse of A, if you take the inverse of that, you go back to A. So if we look at this one right here, we've got the inverse of A. What we're going to do is we're going to take the inverse of that. So we can do this on our CAS. So we can come over here. We can come here. It's a 2 by 2. It's -4, 3, -2, 3. We're then going to take the inverse of that. So raise it to the -1, hit enter. It's going to be that. It's going to be 2, and I'll write this. This is equal to A, which is equal to 2, 3, 3, 4. So now what we can say, having found A, is we can say, well, A times by X is equal to C. Now, A is going to be 2, 3, 3, 4. My X is X, Y, and my C is, whoops daisy, 3, -1. Therefore, the equations I'm going to get from this are going to be, and I'll do this in another color, 2x plus 3y, 2x plus 3y is equal to 3, and 3x plus 4y, 3x plus 4y is equal to -1. So those are the linear equations of the original. And that's what the question is saying. One of these linear equations is going to be what? Okay. Well, as you can see, 2x plus 3y is equal to 3 is C there. 2x plus 3y is equal to 3. So C would be one of these linear equations. The other one would be this one, which isn't there. Perfect. Hopefully that makes sense. A bit of a critical thinking one there. I'll see you later.